In this lesson and the following one, we will learn special groups of Russian nouns which are not following the map I gave you in the last 5 lessons. So no general rules. We learned them in the previous lessons. And I will group them and present them to you as groups, and we will see what can we make of these groups. So first one, let's write them in singular and plural form. And let's try to recognize the patterns. Drug is friend. Drug, we learned this word, we used it a few times, and plural would be друзья. Друзья. Дерево, дерево is tree. Дерево. And plural of дерево, деревья. Деревья. Trees. Brat. Brat is brother. Sounds a little bit similar with English. It helps you to study this word. Brat. Brat and brothers would be братья. Братья. Сын is son. Again, sounds a little bit similar with English. Сын. And plural сыновья. 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 Stool is chair. Stool. And chairs, стулья. Стулья. And the last one, list, a leaf. Leaf on a tree. List. The plural would be листья. 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 Can you recognize the pattern? We end plural in soft sign ya. But compared to previous cases, we cannot really generalize this rule, because друг, we replace g with zya. Дерево, o with soft sign ya. Brat, we simply add soft sign ya. And in sin, we write ovya after sin. Stool, again, we add soft sign ya. And list, listya, again, adding soft sign ya. So the endings are kind of messed up here. They're difficult to structure. There are some structures and there are some substructures, so I don't want to give them to you. Basically, the main reason, because it will mess up your previous learning. It will get you stuck in this position, and you will get into nuanced Russian language. I would prefer you to start speaking as soon as possible and to create this feeling of the language. This is the most important. But for both the beginners and the advanced learners of you, I would suggest you to memorize these words. If you don't want to memorize them, if you don't want to work on words in advance, you want to learn words in the matter of coming, so in the way you are using them, well, for you, I would highly suggest just recognize the pattern, because once you come across a sentence, and you realize that list and listья. So in the sentence there is a plural of leaf or стулья, plural of chairs. And then you don't understand where is this soft sign ya is coming from. And then you need to go back to the dictionary and you need to review it, you need to check it, and then you come up, okay, well, it's a plural, and we haven't learned this. What kind of teaching was it of Russian language? Well, recognize the pattern. This is the most important, because once you get into speaking and reading, well, this will help you basically to learn these words and to understand where to put soft sign ya. So, I hope it was helpful. Now I want to give you another group of words which will be even more not difficult but interesting than this one. Again, singular and plural. First one, ухо. Ухо is ear. Ухо. Ухо. And plural of ear would be уши. Уши. So here it looks like word totally changed. It's not. There's also a small rule which would describe where the she is coming from. I just want to give you the examples of words which might look like that they're changing totally. Then let's take one which does not have any rule to describe where the plural is coming from. So singular and plural. Ребенок. Ребенок is child. Ребенок. Ребенок is child. But children would be дети. Дети. Человек. We already learned this. It's human or a person. Человек. Человек. And people would be люди. Люди. So we got человек is person or a human, and people would be люди. Ребенок, child, and plural дети. So what's happening here? There is no rule for building this kind of plurals. You have to memorize them. It's quite few of these words, but they're very frequent. Basically, it's historical way of developing language, and because it's historical and Russian thought that these words are so valuable that we will keep them throughout the history in this form, they're also important for you. So if you come across such words in singular and plural, where there are two different words, you have to memorize them. Again, I will put flashcards on this either as link or as embedded example exercise on the Russian Online University website. Now another group of Russian nouns, and this will be more or less easy for you if you will be able to remember this pattern. If you don't remember this, just remember that there is something like this is there in the Russian language. Well, I will give you an example so you will understand what am I talking about. Again, singular and plural. Котенок. First, кот. Кот is cat. Can you hear it's the same word, кот, cat. Easy to remember for English speakers. Plural would be коты. Коты. But it's not a part of the example. I just gave you a word from the general rules now, because it ends in hard consonant and it's none of the letters from the spelling rule, so we just simply add I. But a small cat, a belittling form of cat like catlet, would be котенок. Котенок. So actually it's kitten. So котенок is kitten. And for котенок, the plural would be котята. Котята. Kittens. Цыпленок. Цыпленок is a chick, a small child of a chicken. Цыпленок. 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 And chicken or chicks would be цыплята. Цыплята. So, what should you learn from here? Котенок ends in ёнок, and цыпленок ends in ёнок. So, and here we replace ёнок with ята. I recognize it's difficult to remember. It's difficult to remember, but your experience will come from basically pronouncing it at certain points, seeing it at certain points. But basically, with your experience, the understanding will come where to put which ending. So there's groups, even though I'm not giving you the general rule, they will come to you more or less intuitively. Once you start using the words, once you start speaking, they will come to you. For котенок, цыпленок, this is a kind of belittling form, or it comes in certain kinds of words. So you will understand that ёнок is changing to ята. Котенок, котята, цыпленок, цыплята. There is a pattern.